All right, so look, Zion Williamson came out recently and said that he looks at his weight. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but he said that he looks at his weight as a blessing and not a detriment or a curse. And then you still have people out there saying he needs to lose a lot of weight. Zion needs to get down to 230. Zion needs to get down to this and that. Look, man, one of the main things that drew us to Zion Williamson in the first fucking place was his unique size and ability and athleticism. Okay? That's one of the things that drew us to him in the first place. We had never seen a guy built like that in the NBA and be able to do the things that he could do. Now you're asking him to totally change and alter his body, but still expect him to be able to do all the things that you and I grew to love watching him play. Now, I saw some people say he doesn't look the same out there. He's not moving the same out there. You know, of course he's not going to look the same, you fucking imbeciles, if he hasn't played in an NBA game since October and he's had major surgery since then and has not fucking played in a meaningful game since October and it's fucking January. Does he need to lose weight? Maybe a little bit. Maybe like 8 pounds, 10 at the most. The Pelicans organization already said that he only has 8% body fat. The average American probably has 20% body fat. So how in the fuck are you going to critique this guy about he need to lose weight? Huh? You can't look at this guy and tell he's mostly muscle. Maybe, okay, now look, does he need to lose weight ultimately, maybe 8 to 10 pounds, take some stress off his joints in the long term? Maybe. Okay, but this is the problem with that. Okay, and also maybe he needs to work on how he lands after dunks. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I get all that. But this is the problem. Zion Williamson is only 19 years old, which means if you look at the average person when they're 19 years old and compare them when they're 25 and then compare them to when they're 30, they get bigger, not fatter, but they just fill out. This guy hasn't even finished filling out yet. So even though I suspect that an NBA team's not going to list him as 300 pounds, believe me, when he's 21, 22 years old and older, Zion Williamson is going to be over 300 pounds. But it's not going to be that he's fat. He's just going to be getting bigger. The guy's a freak of fucking nature. Okay? And that's just how it is. That's what drew us to us. You know, he's kind of like in the Shaq category. We never seen a guy built like Shaq before. We've seen some big guys before. Okay? We've seen some big guys playing center position. Dave Robinson was 7'1", 250, athletic freak of nature before he suffered that leg injury in 96. I think it was 96. Okay? But we never seen a guy like Shaq, man. Shaq came into the NBA 7'1", almost 300 pounds. No. In contrast, toward the end of his career, when Wilt was bulked up, he was 305, 310. Shaq was coming into the league almost 300 pounds already. And you heard some of the same criticism. Oh, Shaq's too big. You know, Shaq need to lose some weight. Shaq need to lose a good 25 pounds, you know. You know what? Shaq got even bigger. In his Laker days, Shaq was listed at 340, 335, probably was 350, 360. But he played 19 years, won 4 NBA championships, was the most dominant center in the NBA in his prime, arguably a top 10 all-time player. I think he did pretty fucking good. Okay? And to those of you who want to constantly blame Zion's injuries on his weight, well, you know, Grant Hill was only in his sixth season when he injured his ankle, and that injury just seemed to never get better. It was misdiagnosed. It was a fractured foot, and his abilities. That injury led to a decline in his career. It led to him being more or less out of basketball than in basketball for the next 4 years. Almost led to his death from a staph infection from a surgery. But I don't recall Grant Hill ever being obese or big, but he suffered from injuries like that. Penny Hardaway, I guess he was obese at 195 pounds because Penny Hardaway's knees deteriorated from all that wear and tear, carrying up all that weight up and down the court. I guess carrying all that weight contributed to Penny Hardaway's problems. And I guess that basketball player from Maryland a couple of years ago that suffered that fractured fibula on TV, going for what was it, a rebound or something? When the bone actually came out of his leg. I guess that came from all the obesity he was carrying around too, right? These things happen. I remember Vince Carter having a problem with jumper's knee from the get-go. Now, granted, that's not major surgery like Zion had. But at the end of the day, this guy's still growing, man. And I'm going to tell you another thing that's at the heart of a lot of this shit too, man. I didn't want to say this before, but I'm going to say it now. Some of this has to do with the bias that you see with people in this country when it comes to big people, in particular black men who are big. Black men who are big, there's always this stigma that you're fucking lazy. And if in the back of some of these stupid ass people's minds is, if Zion just work harder, he'll lose weight. I think he's not working hard enough. He's just not working hard. Shut the fuck up. At the end of the day, Zion Williamson is in a position that most people envy out there in the media. He's a 19-year-old black male who has a chance to be, if everything goes right for him, has a chance to be one of, if not the most financially successful NBA player ever. Even more so than Jordan during his career. Now remember, Jordan only made $93 million during his NBA career. All of his money really was earned in endorsements. Perhaps even more so than LeBron James. If he can, everything goes to plan. Okay, there's some ifs. But all of this criticism from Zion Williamson is just coming from negativity, man. It just comes from, people. I know the media loves to prop people up and then bring them down. People claim that they get tired of negative news, but they really love it. Whenever a news organization or a news program, whatever, whenever they do more positive stories, the ratings decline. All right? People claim they don't like the shit, but they're drawn to it. People claim they hate Vlad TV, but they watch them every fucking day. Okay? People claim they hate, sneak this videos or sneak this, people that sneak this and all this shit, but, or people sneak this in, on TV, or celebrities going at each other, but secretly people love that shit. People love negativity, man. So it's like they see this dude, they want to see him fail. For whatever reason. But I'm rooting for Zion Williamson. I hope, even though they try to say it's impossible, I think it is possible for Zion Williamson to win Rookie of the Year. It's not likely. It's not likely because Zion will have to do some special shit. But I'm going to tell you this. I hope that Zion has the most successful statistical rookie year since Jordan in '85. I want him to have an even better rookie year than LeBron did at this point. because of all the fucking hate he's getting in his rookie year. LeBron didn't get this type of hate. And yeah, I do see hate out there. There was some criticism toward LeBron his rookie year, with the situation with the gifts and shit like that, I remember. But I don't really remember a lot of negative press about LeBron his first couple years. I'm already seeing negative shit about Zion, and he's 19 years old, man. I want him to average. I thought he would average like 18, 7, and 4 or something like that. But I want him to average now. I want Zion to average 25, fucking 9 and 4. That's what I want him to average. 25, 9, and 4. And I want him to turn this team around. And I want them to make a huge run in the second half of the season and to vie for that 8 spot. If they can secure that 8 spot and Zion putting those type of numbers, he could take it from Ja Morant. He could. It's not likely. But look at the other day. If Alvin Gentry, Kermit the Frog face ass, had let Zion play a couple more minutes, stay out there on the court, it's likely that they would have held on to win that game. You're playing against a team that's a rival of yours. The Spurs is a conference rival. One of the teams is trying to vie for their 8 spot. You're not that far out of it yet, New Orleans. You're not that far out of it yet, so it's to the point where you can't contend for it. That would have been a big victory against a team that you're trying to compete for that final spot in the playoffs. Because I truly believe if Zion Williamson hadn't been out the whole season, the Pelicans would be much higher. They probably would be in the playoff hunt. Not already like in a position to be in the playoffs. But that's just another thing I'm looking for, man. I'm rooting for this guy now, man. And I'm gonna say something else too about the hypocrisy. I don't see people sit up there, cajoling Nikola Jokic to lose some weight. He's not exactly the skinniest motherfucker out there. Maybe that would help him to be more explosive. Maybe that help him to, be quicker and faster and this type of shit. Maybe that'll make the Nuggets more. Maybe that would help the Nuggets if he could, lose some weight and be more explosive. Luka not exactly the most svelte motherfucker in the world either. Maybe Luka need to lose some weight. Oh, Luka's built like a linebacker, Well, Zion built like a fucking offensive lineman. That's just how he fucking built. So, that's pretty much it, man. I'm rooting for Zion Williamson. Fuck all the haters. And that's it.